Good morning. It is dawn of the 5th day, and I'm about to report on the 4th day because yesterday was a very long day. They were all very long days, and that's good because it means there's lots of hours and we're doing things. So yesterday, Pace broke down how we should use the comping sheet that Molly, who is such a kick-ass woman, anyhow, that she and Pace use to assess properties that are offered to them for their purchase and for fix and flips. So we looked at that. As a cash buyer, what would we look at? And if you are a wholesaler and you want to buy one, you have to think about these things because there's going to be the seller that you're purchasing from, whether it's the direct seller, most likely, and whether you expect to daisy chain it in any way or whether you are simply going to buy it and fix it and flip it, or if you're in the middle somewhere. So it was an interesting process. I mean, theoretically, you can understand, right? You buy something from someone and it needs to be, fixed up and then resold, put on the market. Are you going to put it on the market? Are you going to give it to someone else? Okay, that's all theory. But we got down to the nitty gritty of, what do you do? Where do you start? How do you know how much money you can offer? What is your maximum allowable offer that you can give, your MAO? And what is your, return? What's your return? And what are your costs for fixing it? How are you going to deal with that? Lots of factors. Anyhow, he broke it down for us very, very nicely, although, obviously some of us were lost, but that's okay. And talked about the type of building that we're buying. Like, we're looking at single family homes right now, but what's going on? Does it just need what they call lipstick? Just some paint, just some touch-ups here and there, nothing really big, or is it something that's going to be more severe? And we have 4 categories, with the last one being it's just destroyed. You may not have to completely bulldoze it, but you pretty much are going to spend a hell of a lot more money than you would if it's just the lipstick. So there were 15 steps involved. I'm not going to try to go through them. I'm just reporting on what is happening, during day 4. And of course, we used Privy to help us to assess things. And sometimes we needed to go outside of Privy because if the county doesn't have some of the information, they'll jump to a third party or to another website to show you the pictures if there were no pictures. If it wasn't an MLS listing. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Anyhow, so that was a very interesting thing. Also, mindset. What's going on with mindset? We have some people that struggle, just like I have had to struggle a lot with mindset from time to time. It's difficult to figure out, how you deal with your self-image when other people have been telling you that you are shit, especially when it comes from your parents. That can be a tough one. So Pace had actually started the day by calling someone out on not taking action and on being too negative on themselves and getting them into the actual day 4, because I think that person probably wouldn't have come because they had sort of given up. And that's not good. No, you shouldn't give up. And there are many, many people in this community, so we can all help each other. So that's what Pace was doing right from the get-go. I'm going to also say that with the community, we maxed out his Zoom account at 1,000. So I had to chuckle to myself because it was only a week ago when I maxed out my Zoom account at 100. And then I had to get onto his so that I could get up to 300. Well, actually, a student's a fellow student was kind enough who allowed me to use his account to get up to 300 until we got onto Paces, which was 500. I don't think I could ever have 1,000, but I didn't have 500, just so you know. I think my max was like 260 or something like that, which is good because it means that we were helping 260. I think most they were all gators, which is fun. But anyhow, the number of people that are being helped are amazing, because now that I've used Pace's Zoom account and I realize what can happen, he was doing this. He actually told us, by the way, guys, we're also live on Facebook. I think he said Facebook, or was it YouTube? It has either choice. You can take it live. So who knows what the audience was? Pace knows, because he's on top of everything. But the bottom line is that there were many, many people who offered knowledge and connections that normally just aren't there for us. So I'm very, very, very grateful for that. Someone in the group went to the Guinness World of Records. I think that they're going to see if we can do the 966. 966 is the number of people, 966 people were on Zoom on day 3. And Pace said, wouldn't it be fantastic if we all could make an offer? So he's looking to hold the record on the most amount of offers being made by holding us each accountable. Who knows how many are going to be accepted? I don't know. Who knows how many are going to move forward and actually come to fruition and become deals and be money and in our pockets? I don't know. But I firmly do believe that there's going to be close to 966 offers being made. And that, I know, I think that it's going to be pretty high. I'm very, very excited for everybody on that. And that's going to happen next week. Oh, whoa, excuse-moi. I guess I should say s'il vous plaît. Anyhow, the point is we're doing great things because of one man and others. Pace has great support. We all support him, and pretty much. And meaning most people. There are a few people that don't belong in here, okay? Get out, get out. If you're a negative Nelly, get out, get out, get out, get out. But anyhow, one person can affect so many people in a positive way. And that's what Pace is doing, and he's incredibly patient. I don't have the knowledge he has, of course not. I'm just getting started, even though I've loved real estate my entire life, and some of this is intuitive for me because of that. But my God, he can put up with me and some of you. Because it's not like I was at the very bottom of the curve. Other people were there too. And he can be patient with mindset a little more than I can, because since I've overcome my own mindset, I'm kind of like, okay, this is what you do. Get over yourself. Handle it this way. And if that doesn't work, handle it that way. Get yourself ready. Don't let other people put you down. Actually, my own belief is this. Those of you, not me, but those of you who are lucky enough to have good parents, bless your lucky stars. But those of us who weren't, we have to, in my opinion, what I had to do was parent myself. And since I'm a female, I said mother myself. I had to mother myself. What does that mean? That means to disengage with the momentary issues that are depressing me and that I'm challenged with and not sure how to deal with, and simply ask myself, how would I advise my own daughter if this was happening to her? Well, first off, it wouldn't be happening to her because I'd be her mother and I wouldn't allow it. But that aside, step out of myself, look down at the situation, and think, how would I advise my daughter if that had happened to her? And for me, that becomes pretty clear at that point. And then I don't have, it's not difficult for me to decide how to deal with it. Then I will, go back into myself, so to speak, like get into the situation and take action immediately. And sometimes in my life, I have not, because, I had tried to end my life once, and my father almost killed me once. So there were a couple times where I got pretty close to the end of my life. And I couldn't see that then. And I had to crawl out of the hole on my own. But generally speaking, if I'm seeing that I know the solution, because that's the biggest thing, is what do you do? What advice would you give? You got to get out of it. Get out of it. Get over yourself. In other words, stand above it. Look down and think. What would I advise to my daughter, to my son, to my best friend, to someone I love? What would I say to them? And then when the solution comes, because I think that's the hardest part, at least it is for me, then I just know what to do. And if I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted, definitely not lazy. If I'm lazy, I kick my own ass. Get the frick out of that. But if I'm tired or, just need sleep, I'll go to sleep and I'll say I know I have the solution. And off we go the next day if I have to. But I don't wallow. And I don't like wallow. I don't like to wallow. I can pity. I pity many things. But many people, many animals. But I don't pity myself, even though I did almost die prematurely, 2 times. Once at the hand of my dad and once at the thought of myself, meaning I considered suicide. I don't pity myself. There's no fucking way that I have a bad enough life to pity myself. There are so many people out there that have it way worse than me. And I'm not talking in North America. Well, I shouldn't say North America, because, North America too. But it doesn't really matter. In the world, there are so many people that have it worse than me. I'm going to have pity for me? I don't think so. I'm going to do something. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something. And if I fall down because I went down the wrong direction and I thought it was the right one, I'll get up again. And if, that's one of the reasons I don't drink. Well, I shouldn't say I don't drink. I'll have a drink. And I've been drunk in my life. But I realized, no, not for me. Drugs? Okay, yeah. I'm in Vancouver, guys. In Vancouver, it was in come on, this is Vancouver. Vancouver and British Columbia grow some of the best weed in the world. So, yeah, of course. But have I become a drug addict? Never. Have I become an alcoholic? Never. It runs in my family. So I watch for it. I watch carefully, and I don't allow myself to go and down that road. So pity is really reserved for individuals that, not for me. I don't pity myself. No way, Jose. On to Toronto, as they say. Get up and go. So that's all I have to say about mindset. I might not ever say anything again, but I'm glad that Pace has a hell of a lot more patience than I do. Oh my God. I guess I certainly don't have the patience he has. I have it when it comes to teaching. Like if a student can't get a concept, I feel like I'm partly responsible. Like, why can't they learn that? What is it that I'm doing? How can I contribute to improve it? So I do have huge patience when it comes to teaching, unless I'm exhausted. And then I just say, I'm tired, I'm sorry, I can't teach you right now. But I don't usually, have the kind of patience that Pace has for self-wallowing. Self-wallowing for me is, it's distasteful. It's just a waste. It's like, get over yourself. I think I'm going to call this one Get Over Yourself, even though it's supposed to be about day 4 of the Elephant Challenge. So, yeah, and actually I did have a few people that I had to talk about mindset, and that's why this, and Pace showed incredible patience on dealing with mindset today. And I think that person was really helped. I don't think I could have helped that person no way, not like he did. So a shout out to our wonderful Pace and to everybody who supports him, and to Benson. Benson, you're now family, like it or not, because he has given selflessly of his time, so much so that I think that, you know, he and Tommy should be considered permanent honorary members of our family, period. He's such a doll. And Privy is nice. I think we're trying to break it. Benson keeps saying, guys, I had to buy another server because of you. And I'm like, wow, what a nice problem to have. You know, the functionality of it and the, you know, improving of it, like, it's very good, but we're going to make it even better because we keep pushing it. And it doesn't have an app. So when you're on the cell phone or a tablet, it's not quite as good as it could be. And guess what? I'll bet Benson has people on it already. You know, I'll bet they're already working on, okay, these guys are going to make this really big. And the market is growing for us. Of course, we need an app. They'll get it. They'll get it. And I love that we're part of that process. Anyhow, I'm going to go back to my walk now. Because I have had a long walk. It's now daylight. I started in the dark. And, you know, get home, shower up, and get ready for today's day 5 of the Elephant Challenge. And, you know, kick my own ass if I need to. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to my accountability group, because even though I was hosting it, I was a little useless because I was so tired yesterday, and I'm a little tired now, but I'm invigorated by the long walk, and I will continue to walk, and it's good. Exercise is good. And Alona, I hope that Pace calls on you, because, or any of us, we should all throw it to Alona if it comes to our group, because she walked us through the entire assessment, and she did a great job. She comped it really nicely, and we helped along the way, but it was great. It was great, and I could barely even talk. I even forgot someone's name. Ooh. Okay, so they weren't part of our accountability group formally, but we welcomed them, and his name is Trevor, and I called him by another name because I was too tired. So he can call me idiot anytime he wants. So Trevor, you can call me idiot if you wish. I don't mind. Actually, I sometimes am an idiot. But anyhow, I'm going to say goodbye and off to a fantastic day 5. That was the reporting on day 4. Take care. Bye.